The last presentation is by Henrik Adrian, who will be talking to you about his work with the first NETSEC special interest group.
Thank you,
Adrian,
for the time.
the floor is yours. Let's give him a round of applause, please.
Can you hear me with the mask? Okay, so you're not giving me much excuses to take it off. We will start the presentations about the Network Security Special Interest Group, or NETSEC. And this presentation is as per seen in the slides. The title is a call for the collaborations. So we are talking about how you can be a member of the NETSEC in the first, and we will try to give you as much information as possible for the APNIC communities and the JPNIC communities in Japan to gather together and try to make a good connectivities between the incident response related to the networking and to its operational coordinations. So the NETSEC 6 right now is chaired by 5 chairs, which is a little bit unusual in the first as the special interest group, led by the John Christoph from the NetScout from the United States, Carlos Friacas from the RCTS CERT Portugal, Aaron Kaplan from Austria. He was one of the ex-board member of the first 2, and Mlika Kale, currently first license, and she is known for the good contribution for the network security, and myself. I'm an engineer. I'm not giving much skill for talking. I was the electrical engineer and as a bachelor power electricity, and went to the master degree of the computer science afterwards. And my work is mostly in the incident response, focusing to the networking devices. I'm the one who found the first Mirai botnet in the internet, and then the first IoT malware who infect ARC processors. In the slide, you can see the rest of the schedule or the achievement that I made. And why this guy is talking about the NETSEC in front of you right now. In this part, we will talk about what we see in the current internet right now. When I was first bought a computer, it was a Radio Shack, not the big fancy stuff. It's a 1000 SL with a 8086 with some coprocessor in it. When I was using the US robotics, internet was so cool. I mean, you just connect to the address and you can see the board built-in and so on. It was 1997 something. And what happened to the internet right now is stuff like this that you can see in the screen. There are a lot of the networking devices were there from the servers, from the devices that we need to make the network and internet running. And those adversaries are using it too. So we see much of the C2. So we see much of the peer-to-peer activities also over there. If you dig further, you will find the similar data as per shown on the screen. This is the real data, but it is quite due, like a 2020 something. Then as the researchers, and you are contribute yourself in the networking to make the internet as secure as possible, your network secure as possible, your country secure as possible, and you will face this dilemma, and then you will start to think that this is a way out of my salary. You probably think that there is a really need for the global medium or coordination for handling this kind of stuff that actually why we are here. This is a bridge between the incident response from us in the first, which is dealing with those incidents, and you in the network operations for the coordination related to this stuff. If you see the data, something like this, then you will see that this is a problem, this is a challenge that probably will need to have the good medium, trusted people, and having a combined skill set and having the same motivation to make these problems becoming less and less threatening us. So when I was talking about this problem in the first conference in Dublin, me and Aaron Kaplan and Mr. Max Tassi from the Manners, we think that that not also caused by the malicious activities by malware or similar problem, but also happening like BGP hackings, DNS traffic malicious in routing, for example, IP domain prefix hijacking also exists. Malicious networking disruption that can lead to the DDoS or probably telecom traffic will be redirected to the unknown destinations. And it's all related to the vulnerabilities that can be exploited also. So then, at the same time, Mr. John Christoph was presenting the BOF for the network security for the DDoS, BGP, and routing. And shortly, we discussed together about the same theme and a bigger approach. And in the first, there was no actual platform in the form of the SIG, which is a work group that specifically focused to this kind of the operations. Then that was the birth of the NETSEC SIG itself. It can be seen in the link that I shown in the screen over there in the first website. It was started in 2022. And the goal is to foster development of the inter-AS network security BCPs, coordinate mitigations and information sharing. This is the main goal of the NETSEC SIG, and we are not intending to change this goal or whatsoever. And for accomplishing this goal, we are having the topics and areas of interest as follows: route hijacks and leaks, DDoS, traceback and attack the source attributions, DNS and DNSSEC operational issues, RPK, RPKI, ROV, and another BCP tools and so on. And those training that is provided by Manners and also supported by the peeringdb.com. And also educational for network operators and researchers, networking security. This is the website of the NETSEC SIG in the first website. And this is actually that you can access if you click that link, and you will see the similar informations. And what I'm here is explaining about how you can join this and what merit and what kind of the benefit that you can get if you're becoming the members and how to be a member. First, the chairs is unique with a combined skill set, and I'm pretty happy to have these wonderful people to serve together with them. John Christoph is having a very good resource in the networking, and Carlos also having a good big experience in the Europeans, especially for the also networking and resources too. Aaron Kaplan is having a good skill set in the automations for the many kind of the tools that can support to detect indicators and so on. That if you need some kind of the tools that can bridge you to the any kind of the monitoring scheme, Aaron is the guy that can help you to make it happen. And Marike, I think half of the people in this class knows about her pretty much too. So she's a very talented person, and hopefully that we can see her also in the next year's first conference in Japan. And then the objective and facilities is as per stated in the goal, is to encourage the adaptations of the inter-AS security best security practice. That is the priority number one of our objective in the DSIC. And to facilitate response, coordinations, inter-AS BGP routing issues and views. This is very important. So the problems, issues, discussions, and how to follow up those kind of the trouble to the right place, to the right AS, to the right handler by the right persons. So, and then we also encourage the inter-AS security incident event for having the sharing problems, and to promote inter-AS for the specific attacks, especially DDoS, which is the attack is still there, and it is increasing and increasing as long as the technology is supporting them. So for members, you will have the sharing and discussion. You will have the NETSEC event support to promote the NETSEC events in the first and local NOCs. And then we are building together the body of work to build the know-how for the networking security that probably can be used for the future as a standard in these industries. So doing this by helping you doing the daily works, providing you with much productivity, supporting by the sharing, having much tools, having good discussions, and you can follow each problem that having in real time too. It will help you a lot, hopefully. We are having the much activities medias. Thank you for the first organizations, and in the form of the mailing list, online meeting. We are having the secure space like Wiki, for example, and then the first security communication channel, which I don't want to expose it more in here. And then what we do in the meeting is about what we are doing here. Actually, is discussion of the NETSEC issues and its monitoring. Like what happened with this provider right now? what happened with this data center, and then what happened to those IP address that allocated to them. So where those IP address goes to which broker then. And then also we are updating our progress through the first activities, including these events. We are having also the workshop plans, which is currently supporting the manners program right now. Thank you for the Max Tusi for teaching us much in the first conference. You will see him again. Do you like to have a training about the BGP? Okay, good. And we are probably will extend the material to the more like a RPKI. And then exchanging the NOP event informations, not only for locally, but globally. Okay, so what kind of a problem, what kind of the issue that you have? We are having this kind of issue. How about you guys can solve those kind of a problem too? And then also the BCPS and the resource for aggregations, like resource list renewal and like as per mentioned before, the curriculums for the body of work. We need the standards. We need the way, we need the procedures. We need to know about how to make our process becoming more and more effective. If anything can be automated, and let's automate that and make sure it goes to the right place. For that, the further opportunities is to reach between the network security teams in this planet. People are rotating. We are here today, but what if 2 years from now? Probably you will not see me. We don't know that, right? Regularly, we should have this kind of the things happen. And first is a good menu for that. It's secure, it's there, it's never down, and hopefully this will be a good media for you. And then for this call of the collaboration itself, the benefit of becoming the network security SIG members are, as per discussed before, you are earning the materials or the discussions contents of what we are having, which is including the issues and what kind of the newest development monitoring tools, for example, and the recent problems and what the new kind of the solutions or up to the training and stuff. And we are also updated the recent NETSEC activities in the first for the awareness, discussions, participations, workshop and tooling and so on. There is a resource list which is renewed in every month, I think, that depends on the activities and how busy the schedule of the members. And then channeling. You should know whom you can trust, who you can contact, or else probably you will leak something that what you think is not that important, but actually can be dangerous for you, your network, your community, or your country. And the upcoming community exchange platform, outreach and events and opportunities like this. So all of the above activities can be provided within the first organizations in the form of the group SIG. So facilities is there, and why not joining us? Then how to join? First, we need audience who has the inter-AS router and network or network operators. And then inter-AS DNS service providers, security researchers also welcome. CCERT for inter-AS security members also welcome. You have to prove that you have some connectivities to the networking or becoming our members. We don't want the information going to the wrong side. Current membership, we are having 30 more members, and we are currently, I think, correctly, if I'm wrong, Ms. Vita, but I think we are the youngest 6 in the first right now. The requirement is to understand this is an individual only approved 6 if you are becoming a member. Of course, the data that you are learning over there will help your skill to skill up your knowledge, your work too, and you can share that to your team afterwards. And individuals need to prove their possess sufficient inter-AS security responsibility. This is a very important one. People changes works all the time. Probably I'm here right now, reverse engineering about that, but tomorrow probably I will just growing some plants and so we don't know about that, right? So you have to make sure, and we will follow about your status. Then we will inform you if you need to update on something. So we are in the vetted environment. And then individual email addresses must remain active and be periodically tested. That is the requirement that we need. For the obligation itself, willing to actively participate in the NETSEC SIG activities. Okay, this is quite difficult if you are in the Asia Pacific. So most of the members probably in the United States, in Europe, we are having, this is a NETSEC SIG. We don't think much about the time there. But we are thinking always to make the most adjustable meeting time, so anyone can be active. If the right now is we are having very limited members from the Asia Pacific. I think it's only 2 or 3 persons from the these 30 members. So I strongly urge you in the Asia Pacific area, if you are qualified to these qualifications, why not sending your trusted person to get this information that might be useful for your network to help you protect your products, your networks, and your country too. And then members will have the questionnaire upon joining, and we will evaluate the alignment with its alignment with the NETSEC itself, and requires the willingness to contribute, at least promote the materials and provide the feedback. We strongly suggest that you attend the meeting because we want to discuss stuff and we want to know about your opinion for that. Why not? Internet was in the beginning by doing that. First organization was built by doing the communications, actually. And then membership is open for the first member only before, and then for non-first member by the approval. So it will be vouched. You will need to have the discussion. We have to know how, know who. And for that purpose, please feel free to contact me in this conference, and you will see the contact information later on too. There is a set of the expectation that the members can have the multiple roles during the meeting and the share activities. For example, can be the author or something and want to help to make the more awareness or recruitment speaking like this. It's also many kind of the places are welcome to contribute for these activities. And then helping in idea how to improve the SIG structures and activities for the SIG, not only for the NETSEC SIG, but for the first special interest group in overall. Those ideas will be listened and will be followed. Membership. In order to join the member is quite easy. We go from the left side to the right side. You will see the link that I shown you before, and then you will see the button of request to join. If you click it, you will be asked to provide you the account of the first organizations. If you are already the member of the first, you can follow these procedures, going to the first portal, and then afterward you will be having the privilege to see the NETSEC SIG wiki page, and you will see all the materials you need to work. Start from there. Or else you're not the member of the first, apply to be a member of the first. It has the procedures to doing that. And there is a questionnaire for that too, that maybe you will have to fill some answer to the questions why you want to join the NETSEC SIG and what is the connectivity to your current work for that. We are vetting you because we think that we want to make sure the information go to the right person. Then you will see the NETSEC SIG wiki page over there, as per shown in the top right side in the screen, and you can follow up the procedure from there and to join the meetings and information and so on. The current activity so far, we are in the after establishment points. For what it is in the first this year annual conference, we are starting to make the report for our activities, which is still in the phase 1 group formations, but we are really in the closing stage for the formatting all of the stuff that we are planning to do. There is a research for the awareness in the internet for supporting the discussions, as I shown you in my first slide, but the currently existing botnet that can affect the routers and devices, can affect our works and make the internet down. And we will go soon to the phase 2, which is focused to the inter-AS security documentation and resource compilations. If we are going to the phase 2, probably becoming the members will be a little bit harder than today. So I suggest if you are legit and you need to be feeded by the good information to support your network operations on the handling the incidents causing from the threat from the router, for example. Send the guys, your trusted guy, to join us. Then we will see your application and we will handle it. And in the phase 3, we will go to the expansion for the operational capacity and services. In the phase 2, we will probably do much more training than we are doing now. Right now, we are gathering as much member as possible. Then we can create some body of work within the members, that we can split the task to the work groups and so on. And we can also making more applicable meeting time that can support your time zone. Okay, there is 5 minutes to go. Current productivity, for example, we are having the regular awareness. If you are seeing the first mailing list, probably you will see what John Christoph sending in the weekly, like what happened in the internet this week. It is sent to our mailing list right now, and we are discussing that in our regular meetings for you to see what the insight based on it. Afterward, you can see what the NETSEC burst on the fader updates and release to be still in the development for those kind of materials for you to help in the spreading this movement to be going further. And there are a good presentation from the members, like Carlos was doing the NETSEC basics and discussing about the LOA for the this is a matter of the security. Like you want to trust the letter of the intent, or you just handling all of the stuff with the RPKI, for example. Which one did you prefer? But our network right now is not 100% on the RPKI for the approval on the authentication security. Then there is a NETSEC introductions, including to the SIG and the local NOC and CSERT, and we are doing much training. So we will see you in the next first conference in Fukuoka, and hopefully will be much training approved in the program committees, so we can learn together securing our network further. Thank you, APNIC, for allowing us to present, and we really hope that you can make sure to join us in this SIG together. And utterly thanks to you for the chance on this. So if you have questions, please do so.
All right, thank you, Hendrik. Let's give him a round of applause, everyone.
Thank you.
All right, we have a few more minutes for Q&A if anyone has any question.